Joshua is now a very old man. And he realizes that his time is short and he is going to join his forefathers. He's going to die. And as the faithful leader of the nation of Israel, he assembles together the leaders of the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? One final address he's going to give them. He's essentially pulling those leaders to his metaphorical bedside to give his last words. This is it. This is his swan song. Final moment before the people. I'm sure he had much to tell them, 100 plus years of wisdom to share with them. And what was the most important thing he wanted to leave them with? Now I'm confident the people gathered there, they listened intently. Who is old enough to remember that this was an E.F. Hutton moment? Huh? When E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. I mean, it's been, 3 decades since that commercial was on TV, and you all still remember it. It's impactful, all right? So when Joshua speaks, people were listening. They would carry this knowledge with them for decades, I'm sure. Would Joshua share with them about being strong leaders of high moral character? Would he talk to them about always remaining ready to defend their land? Would he implore them to be good stewards of their promised inheritance? Would Joshua talk to them about government systems or effective tribal interaction? Or would he focus on effective military strategy? None of that. Joshua called them together to really talk about one thing, and one thing alone: the faithfulness of God. He wanted to remind them that they were a chosen people. And it was God who sent Moses to Egypt to set them free. It was God who was faithful to guide them through 40 years in the wilderness. It was God who brought them to a promised land. It was God who gave them victory over their enemies. God was the one constant, and God was solely responsible for all of the blessings in their lives. Of all the wisdom that Joshua had accumulated over 100 plus years, of all the battles he had fought, disputes he had settled among the people, roads he had traveled down, people he had met, the sum total of his life as he saw it was irrelevant. It was insignificant. It was meaningless without God. Joshua was given one final opportunity before he died to speak to the people, and he chose to use it to glorify God. He chose to point the nation to God. His final act of leadership was to present the nation with a choice. Choose you this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. This legacy of hope that Joshua hoped to leave his children and his grandchildren was simply this: when they remember me, I want them to speak about the faithfulness of God.